Hello guys and gals, welcome back to another episode of Creepypastas and Myths. Why myths? Well, because this time we're doing a legend right here on YouTube about a user called 666, allegedly the devil's own account on YouTube. 2006. It was a much simpler time, with an even simpler YouTube, just starting its infancy with the blossoming of cat videos. On this magical site, however, there was an account. This very account called 666, allegedly belonging to the devil. A creepypasta version of these accounts exists, and the detail of a worker who uploaded videos quite frequently to this website who came across a suspended YouTube account. This is a quote directly from the individual. I worked for YouTube during 2006. I was a busy worker, and I recently upload videos here. What I didn't know, that some of the YouTube moderators suspended a YouTube account. I told them what it was, but they wouldn't want me to. This individual wondered why the access was restricted to such an obscure account. At the time, one of the moderators handed a slip of paper to our protagonist with a YouTube channel link. It was called www.youtube.com/666. Remember, this was the time before YouTube had changed its linking mechanism, where nowadays you have to put /user/ in the middle of the link. There's just the website, infrastructure's changed. The protagonist decided to go and check this link out, but to his discovery, it was suspended. This implies that at one point, the account had existed. This is off the record, this is what I'm saying. At one point, when you see suspension, the account has to have existed. Going back to the creepypasta, the protagonist refreshed the account numerous times for whatever reason, and after a while began noticing very subtle changes, such as video tags, and to the point where every single bit of text on the screen, no, not the objects or JPEGs or anything, just text, turned to three numbers: 666. The protagonist thought maybe someone was hacking their computer. Or it could have been just a fault, like a nasty website injection, something like that. But upon further refreshes, a channel had popped up. It was 666's channel. Looking through some of these videos, most of them were bizarre and crazy. One, for example, consisted of 4 babies twisting their heads. Another just showed swirled graphics. The protagonist decided to watch between the rest of the videos, and soon, a pop-up had led the protagonist to a video showing a woman drowning in a pool of blood, and soon many shocking things began to occur. The protagonist tried to pause this video, but the video player just wouldn't let him, or her, perform the action. Many options were tried: closing Internet Explorer, changing videos on the page, even using the shutdown commands, keyboard commands, whatever, nothing was working. The video wouldn't stop, and soon, the lady's hand had reached out of the monitor and killed our protagonist. Well, what a dumb end to a promising creepypasta. Honestly, the killing of the protagonist at the end, we totally went ring there. Again, there were cliches, pools of blood, gore porn, whatever, but it is the devil we're dealing with, okay? It's not, all fucking peach and roses, I guess. So, that being said, this is the good news. This isn't centric around this creepypasta. The creepypasta is short, okay? It's literally, it's just a detail of essentially, a short detail of what happened, alright? But that's really all it is. This creepypasta is essentially a myth. This is an actual account on this very website. Right now, the page you're on, the device you're connected the device you're using is connected to the same servers that once, or even still, hosts this horrific channel. Think about that for a second. It's not a joke. Type the user link, and you can see the account was suspended, which means at the time it existed. Several complaints were made to remove it. That's what happened. It wasn't deleted by the actual user. It was suspended, either by YouTube staff, upon reviewing, or through SOG account domination. But it existed at one point. Now, will we know exactly why? Not really, since the only people who were able to access it at the time will have the answer. Look, maybe this could be a YouTube PR stunt at the time. They were just starting out. Maybe they could have done something like this, but I highly doubt it. It's such a niche thing to do. Something must have happened. Looking further, we can see that it resurfaces around 2010 to 2012 according to the creepypasta under the name Suspended 666 account, which does happen to exist to this very day. You can go to it, but for what purpose does this channel exist, instilling fear? It has no channel date created and no metadata for that, but that could have just been privatized. Could this channel be activated once the subscriber count hit 666? I don't know. Maybe the videos could be uploaded at that point, but it is not a suspended account. You can still go to it, but who knows? Put all these conspiracies aside. Put them all aside. This creepypasta has a video that goes along showcasing the slow but sure transformation of YouTube into this hellish page that honestly does belong to no one but the devil. I'll leave a link for you all to watch if you dare, but that's the gist. I mean, I've watched the video and, you know, it's just simple refreshes, and after a while you begin to notice very subtle changes until you get to this very end where it's just like this combination of Gygas and complete like hell into one. It's just, it is sort of an overwhelming thing, and to be honest, it does make me wonder, could this have actually been real? I mean, hey, you know, through the power of video editing, you could pretty much have done anything to that. I mean, it's up to you, but then again, who knows? Could be real, could be not. This is one of those things. This is one of those creepypastas that remind me a lot of Mario or Funny Mouth, where, and even Ben, which happens in such a way where you could believe this is true. I mean, the account suspended. I mean, in Mario you saw that the posts were pretty much made in like this real-time kind of vibe. Funny Mouth was like, you know, it's somebody in a chat room. This could be some random page here. I mean, who's to know? I mean, the account suspended, but then again, the author could simply have just used SOG accounts to mass flag and suspend this account. It could happen. I mean, it's possible, especially in the site's infancies, you know, where you could get away with something like this. I mean, now it would go through a review process, but back then maybe it was like somewhat automated. So you can use this as some Mythbuster argument, but then again, there's always a chance such sick shit could actually exist. I mean, who's to know? This phenomenon also goes under the name SM666 and Nico Duga and was conceived by YouTube user Nana825763, and the original video was generated by said user. Then a sequel was made, and once it got popular, another video was made called Another YouTube. You can still watch these videos on the channel. I'll leave a link for you all, don't worry. It'll all be down in the description if you dare. And that's really that. Could this be real? Could this be fake? Both of these outcomes could be highly likely. I mean, who's to know? And I'm repeating myself a lot there, but what could you think? What could you think? I mean, maybe the devil could be watching this video right now, creeping through websites all over the internets. Could this be a PR stunt from YouTube? The world may never know. All we can do now is look for answers and ultimately be cautious. What would you rate this creepypasta or myth, rather, and what would you change to make it better? But more importantly, do you believe in this? This has been another episode of Creepypastas and Myths, and if you like what you saw, then like, comment, and subscribe. This is me, Mudahar, and I am out.